You are listening to Notapulpit Podcast, where we take a satirical approach to life and all its quirks while being deeply founded in our faith, breaking down life's more difficult questions with a biblical approach, with real people, real lives, and in real time.
I found a story today, and I thought we would have fun looking at it. It's on Reddit.
Yay, Reddit.
There you go, Matt.
There's a lot of stories on Reddit.
Yeah, but are they real or are they not? That's this question.
That's actually the subreddit that I looked at. Is this real or
Wait,
not?
there's a subreddit to Reddit?
Yes, there's lots of subreddits Reddit.
I don't know what that means.
It's from Am I the Devil?
Oh.
My son moved out, but is telling everyone we kicked him out. Son, who's 20, male,
Okay.
isn't in college. We told him the fall after high school that we would charge him rent of $500 a month. That money would be put into a savings account for him, and then when he was ready to move out, he would have a nice nest egg and start adulting.
That's nice.
Last summer, I left him with my credit card for emergencies only while we went away on vacation. He spent $3,000 on clothes, food, and while we were gone, obviously none of those purchases were emergency, and no, he didn't have permission. We told him he needed to pay us back, and he didn't. He also barely ever paid the minimum of $500 in rent. And this April, we told him he had 3 months to pay us back half of the money he stole, so $1,500, or he just had to move out. May comes, he's paid nothing. June comes, he's paid nothing. I said, are you looking for a new apartment? Because your deadline to pay us back is 1 month away. He started screaming that he was moving out. The next morning, he and his girlfriend, which was basically living there as well,
Oh, wow.
left without a word and haven't been back since July. He stopped by one time to pick up some clothes and his PlayStation, and he didn't speak to us while he was here.
Important stuff.
We are still paying his cell phone bill. We stopped paying his car insurance after he moved out. He barely responds to text messages from me or his dad. I found out he's telling everyone we kicked him out, but honestly, I didn't think we were being very strict. But the fact that he basically won't talk to us now clearly means he thinks we are the bad guys. Were we?
Yes. I absolutely think they are the bad guys.
I do too.
Because, I mean, when did it start?
From a very young age, obviously.
So wait, I'm confused. So they had a nest egg for him that they put $500 a month for him?
He was supposed to be feeding it $500.
Oh, so he was going to be, and they were going to hold it.
Yeah.
That's
Gotcha.
the first point
Okay.
that I take major issue with the story, because I do think that it's reasonable for adult children living at home to contribute to the household.
Yeah.
But if the understanding is you're going to pay us $500 a month for rent and we're going to put it away for you and you're going to have a little cushy savings plan, then how is the child not going to think, well, what's the difference if I have the money now or later? He doesn't want to he doesn't want to give you money to hold for him for later. I think the responsibility to pay into the needs of the household was totally missed from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And I think this is quite a trend. A lot of people do this. So that's my first issue with.
You think it has to do with the helicopter parenting thing?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think that to kind of piggyback off of what you were saying, I think this type of soft parenting.
Soft parenting, that's what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
It's like kind of like kid gloves, but you're the adult and you're supposed to be the adult in this situation. So when we have a child and we're saying we're going to put this away for you, that's not reality. I think that's what you're kind of saying, right?
But does he know they were going to put him away for him, or they were just, not? Are they keeping that from him? And
The
they
way
just
the
all he
story
was
read-
just going to give
No,
him
it
$5.
sounds like they were gonna say like, "Hey, you give us the money, we're gonna put it away for you."
Okay. Then yeah,
I think so.
I think if I would do something like that, I'd be like, okay, maybe if that $500, I'll put like $100 away, but I won't tell them. The rest, of course, has to contribute to the household. I don't know.
I think that's
Maybe.
reasonable if you want to have like a little gift stash for them at some point, like if they're starting a household of their own or getting married or something, and that's your savings plan. But I think that the other way around,
I think it goes back to parenting. Mm-hmm. I think it goes back to parenting. What does the Bible say? Train away the child in the way that he should go. When he's old, he's not going to depart from it. I think they trained him that way from the beginning.
I agree.
Yeah.
They were like, "Don't worry, baby. Yes, you broke the car, but it's okay."
There's no consequence. You're saying from a very young age, there was no consequence.
I don't think so.
It doesn't sound
I
like
think
it.
we live in a culture where nowadays where there is no consequence, where kids don't think about consequences, or parents don't uphold consequences, because you see that nowadays in the generation when it comes to like authority figures, like a policeman or a thing. People don't care. I remember when I was younger, you know, the policemen used to come to school like, "Hey, Mr. Policeman, we have fun and everything," and you were told to respect the policeman, right? Nowadays, they're just, I mean, I don't think that's a
We're
thing
setting
anymore.
cities on fire.
Yeah, we don't get our way, we're gonna bully you, and we don't like the police anymore.
Well, that is, again, going back to the reality of not having a parenting desire that wants to correct the child.
Yep.
I think that when we comes back to it, I think people began to overcorrect because, I mean, child of the 70s, 80s, and 90s, which most of you guys are. Sorry, we're all in there.
I mean, not 70s, but okay.
Whoa, you're like, you're barely not 70s, man. Get over it.
We solidly represent the 80s.
We're from the 80s, fine. We're from the 80s. But my point is the parenting of the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s was, hey, buddy, you got to grow up and be somebody. You got to grow up and be something, and you got to pay your dues. You got to do your chores. You got to do your work. And man, they used to let me have it when it came to the guilt trip. I'm like, you're not gonna go to college? Are you gonna do all those things? And what are you gonna do with your life? And all of those things. Granted, some of us got spanked. None of you guys apparently, but I got spanked. And I don't hate it. I think it's it's biblical. But I think a lot of people overcorrected, and they went from like, I don't want to do that with my kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't want to do that. And I grew up in the area where we had not a lot of money growing up. I'm from Mexico. Grew up in not necessarily in a hut. It was more like a Taco Bell, not a Pizza Hut. But I mean, we didn't grow up poor. We didn't grow up meaning we had living in a shack. We have a small house. You've been there. It's the house, as a matter of fact, it was incredible when I went back as an adult and we drove the family there. The van was longer than the width,
Same width.
of the house, like the same width of the house.
Oh, wow.
And when you think about it, it's
Not
like...
the minivan, though. The
Oh, yeah.
No.
E3
The minivan, the white one, it was like a Ventura.
Well, that was.
Oh, Ventra?
Yeah, something
Chevy?
like...
Yeah, sure.
Venture,
Yeah, something
Venture.
like...
Yeah, it was the width of the house, plus there was like the entry, like the
Yeah,
entry
it was
stairs,
like
so.
a tiny bit bigger than that. But my point is, we were not necessarily wealthy. We were not necessarily living on the street either. I think my parents did an excellent job at doing their best with the circumstances they were handed. But my point is, but many people will come from Mexico, for example, or perhaps from a case of poverty and say, I want my child to lack nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And instead of giving them the perhaps coming from a good heart, and yet instead of giving them the opportunity to earn something, to push for something and live for something, they have everything handed on their silver platter. Like, you want that, honey? Of course, here it is.
I do
Right.
think 80s and 90s American parenting kind of encapsulates the I want my child to have everything I didn't have. And
I guess we're
think
behind
that was
Mexico
like a
there,
broad
because-
experience for a lot of kids in that age group.
I feel like I think it came a little after because my parents were very much if you want something, you have to work for it. I did not have a poor upbringing, but I mean I felt like I was poor. Only I say that because a lot of kids bullied me about the home I grew up in because it had like no grass and it wasn't like manicured and
Do you know it's South Texas, right?
that is
I just
also
wanna
a great
point that
point.
out.
But I always thought I'm the poorest person of all of my friend group, right? And my parents, when I was 11, they said you need to learn responsibility. And so I got a job with a dog washer or like a dog groomer.
Dog washer.
And I was the dog washer. And the lady would pay me $5 a dog. And then at the end of the week, I would get my $30, $35. I thought I was wealthy. And my parents were like, good thing that you have this money. You're going to learn first and foremost how to tithe.
Yeah.
And second of all, how to buy your own things. You want something, you need to save for it and learn how to save for it. And that taught me so much about money at such a young age. You hear about kids today that are like, what do you mean? You know, what do you mean by that? Like, I have to spend my own hard-earned money on deodorant or shampoo or...
We're still like who?
I do think this experience is the outlier in
It
the
is.
90s experience. It's,
It definitely
it's good, and I think that a lot of people now are implementing that kind of in response to having maybe, I know the word spoiled was thrown around a lot as I was growing up, but maybe been a little spoiled. And so now those parents are going, oh, I want to teach my child these things that you're saying.
I still think it comes back to the overcorrecting of things. And then because of that, you raise a child that doesn't respect his parents, doesn't respect, I mean, same thing, not only with money, but with respect. If you got spanked when you were little, many people swore off, I'll never spank my kid. Yep. And they raised monsters.
Little
monsters they made.
Yeah. Absolutely. I can definitely say I was that parent for a little while. I kept saying, I'm not going to do things the way my parents did. But I ended up doing things a lot like my parents did. So because you realize that you're dumb. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
Not wisdom in your parents.
My point is because I think we all go through that. We all go through that phase. You know, we're like, oh, my parents don't know what they're doing, especially when you're 15, 16, 17. Sure, absolutely. I'm like, 21. Well, I grew up faster than you guys did, I guess. I was 13. I'm like, they're right. I'm wrong.
The family speaks.
Hey.
That's true.
That's true. That is. You were reading the H book. What do you call it? The birth order.
I've been reading the birth order book.
And pretty interesting. But my point is, I think it's their fault. Now, what should you do about it? When you get to that point, when you arrive and say, I think I raised a monster. What do you do?
I've always hated the term tough love, but I really feel like that's needed here in this specific instance.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not even that tough though to be like, we're not, you have a bill, a serious bill with us, and we're not going to pay your cell phone. Like, should they go to the extent of like taking him to court, or should they be like, oh, my mistake, he wasn't trustworthy, and I entrusted him with responsibility beyond his capability. I think that parents need to take the responsibility. I mean, some of the responsibility on that part. If they can't get him to pay it back, that was their error.
Yes. I think that the first step would be cut off the cell phone. Mm-hmm. That's not even a privilege. That is
a privilege.
I wanted to say it's
not a necessity.
Yeah, it's a
privilege. It's a privilege, not a necessity. It's
when you have a lot of wealth.
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury. Thank you. It's a luxury. And so for me, the idea of it being a privilege that's not it. A privilege is something a parent gives you. This child is no longer a child. In fact, he's an adult. Yeah. And he needs to learn what luxury versus, privilege is actually. And so he had a privilege.
He needs a flip phone.
No.
A Nokia C300.
He needs to know what.
Well, not to be given to him. That's what I'm saying. He needs to go get a free phone at AT&T, instead of
how text with T9 is and
I
how
don't even think of those little
instead of an iPhone 19. Honey, I'm so sorry you're not paying us back. Here's an iPhone for you.
I think this can all come back to like parents are reaching out on public forums to ask about other people. What do you think about our parenting?
Sucks.
I think it's absolutely. I think it's a lack of community. It's a lack of fellowship and community.
Definitely.
That's exactly it.
Well, that's why you're supposed to surround yourself with people who are growing together. Older people. The Bible says what? Older women teach. Younger women had to live in godliness and raise a family.
Absolutely.
And people mock it. I'm like, no, especially there's wisdom in that. And we need that because, man, I wish somebody would have told me about finances and explained it to me properly when I was 19 and 20.
Same.
Because now I remember getting our first credit card. I think we bought an Apple laptop that cost us like $5,000 back in 2002. After all the payments were said and done.
$5,000 overall. Okay. Yeah.
But
that's what it cost us.
Right.
After.
So quick answer. It is the fault of the parenting, I think.
So they are the devil.
Well, there's something.
They're redeemable.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got to make some changes.
There you go.
I agree with that statement.
Yes. And $3,000 worth of clothes, that's a lot.
Oh, plus the credit card, right? I wouldn't pay the credit card. Was it under his name?
It sounded like it was under the parents' name because they said they left it in case of emergency.
How long were they gone on vacation?
It was a weekend, I think. I don't know. It sounded like a weekend, but
$2,000 over
You go
a
to the
weekend.
right
I mean,
stores.
yeah, I guess you could squeeze
there
down.
you go. He didn't go to Walmart. He went to the mall.
Yeah.
Well, I bet it was
He didn't
maybe
go
it was
one
an acting
store.
out.
But the girlfriend was there too. Was the girlfriend living there too?
They were,
Ooh, that's true.
he didn't go to one store. He went to the mall.
He went to the mall.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's why I don't go to the mall. I've been to one. I've been to the mall.
There you go.
Man, IKEA.
Oh,
What the heck?
our IKEA?
I'm so offended.
I think they should just cut out the last two letters and just call it the IKEA. Because there's not an IKEA there. I've never been to one. So this is my
Oh, you never been to one?
this is my first
Yeah, it's
experience.
her
You had the
Experience,
10-minute
Oh.
experience.
Yeah, is it 10 minutes?
I was so excited. I was even gonna make a video about it. I was like, IKEA's coming to town. Yes, praise the Lord. We love IKEA. I mean, don't get me wrong.
We
it's-
love visiting an IKEA.
we like visiting
We
IKEA.
love
had a real
the day
experience.
trip that IKEA is when you go to the real IKEA.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
a
so
whole day.
you've had a real experience.
And you have to have money.
I'm gonna have to travel 6
Nah.
hours for a real.
No,
you have
you
to buy
just-
meatballs.
Well, you didn't used to have money. It was IKEA. Was affordable. It was a place you went walk with $150.
Yeah.
You came back with a car full of junk that was gonna fall apart in the next 2
He
weeks.
walked in and sat down in one of his favorite chairs, like it's ergonomic,
Oh, yeah.
and it has a little rock to
I
it.
did.
He's like, I love these chairs. Why didn't we ever get one of these? And he looks at the price tag. Used to be $99
Yeah.
for that chair. It was $249.
$249.
This place used to be where the college kids were like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy myself a table. Or,
Well, the challenge was
That's true.
is not, sitting in it. The challenge is putting it together.
Yes. That's where a real man is
They
born.
sell you a puzzle. They're like, well,
Yeah.
you think you're buying furniture. Reality
Yeah.
is entertainment at the same time.
So,
I have one thing from IKEA, and it's in my office. It's a set of drawers, and it's called the Alex. And if
The
anyone out there
Alex.
knows what that is, it's about 10 hours of put together time.
there is no instructions. I mean, yeah, there's instructions, but you have no idea what it says.
And that was both of us.
But I love the little guy. I like the little.
Oh, I don't.
He's
we
like
don't-
pointing. You didn't get any paper instructions with
the
him?
little
No.
pictorial guide the guys.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
say anything. He just points at things.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, you're
this
gonna-
was 10 hours of put together time for both of us, and we stood over a pile of things, and we had to figure it out. He was $99. Alex, I'm not going to actually gender it, but the Alex is $99.
I'm pretty
15
sure it was
years
female.
ago. And today we went
15 years?
15
It was
years
still
ago.
$99, wasn't it? Not.
No, it was $249.
What?
Everything went up to $249.
That's the.
That's
Yeah, but I
inflation.
was very sad.
I
I
am
was
sad
I
too.
was so excited that IKEA was coming to town. I hope my hope is that this IKEA is a proof of concept that the Valley has really the ability in the purchasing power to really open a real IKEA down here. And as a matter of fact, on Sunday when we went, I want to say like 50% of people we saw they were from Mexico, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's the market, to be
That's
honest.
on market down here, yeah.
But I did feel like it was a little bit like
I mean,
we got
when we went, I was upset because they took off the meatballs from the thing. So
What?
there was no meatballs.
I thought there was meatballs.
But then, you
Oh,
have
they
to,
ran
like-
out.
Yeah, they ran out. And then, but I was like, but they have a freezer full of meatballs that you could just buy frozen meatballs. Why can't I just heat up the frozen meatballs?
The-
And so I asked the lady, he's like, oh, I need to unlock them because we just made some meatballs. And so,
you gotta get your horse meatballs from somewhere.
well,
Is it horse meat?
Yeah, I mean, they used to
it
be.
said pork and
Used to be.
Remember?
Upgraded that too.
I think it was pork and beef or something, was it
They
not?
never said it was horse.
It was the good old days. Yeah.
You guys don't remember this?
I don't remember it being horse.
Well, now all they have is they have meatballs, but they didn't have any available to us. They have plant balls.
Oh, they have plant-based balls.
No, not plant based. It said plant balls. So that's what it said.
Yes.
On the
I don't know what they're made of.
And I said no. I said no, thank you.
Those were available.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Well-
So I had to ask the lady. Lady's like, yeah, but you can only get 8. I'm like, why? I want 12. It's okay. I got some though.
You did get some.
we did try. She opened a bag for us.
Yeah.
They put it in
Wait,
the
wait.
microwave.
So this whole argument was, I thought you were arguing that you didn't get any meatballs.
No, I was this close to not getting meatballs. Everybody had left, and then I said,
Man, imagine if
I
you would
was-
not have again.
I know I was very.
You gotta grab a
determined.
sign and
I
be
was
like,
determined. I went back and I asked the lady. I was like, hey, I'll need some meatballs.
I
Rose, this
came
is
for
this is
the
a waste.
Swedish meatball.
This is a waste of a trip to go to IKEA.
was it good?
They were actually okay. Yeah, I don't like meatballs. in general, I just don't.
It's just balls of meat.
They're usually flavorless. Have you ever tried the ones from HEB? Sorry, HEB. But they're very flavorless.
I think you're supposed to do something with them.
You're supposed to add flavor.
Yeah,
to
you
it.
gotta defrost them
Even
first.
with sauce, even with sauce, they are flavorless.
They make some Italian seasoned ones.
Nope, even those are pretty gross.
I
They-
disagree.
Well, speaking of meatballs and recipes, my wife, you don't have to tell anybody anything. I'm just stating a fact. This is
Family secret.
this is not a we're not gonna share the family secret here. But if you ever want to have a real delicious, outstanding meatball, my wife makes some killer ones. One time she makes them sometimes in a, like the little muffin
Muffin tin?
tins. One time she made like 90,
Yeah.
Nice.
and that was just lunch.
That was
Nice.
just lunch.
And all of the kids and
How big were
well, they're like
They're small meatballs.
no man.
But we have
They're like IKEA size.
You
They're
said
not-
muffins.
we
I
have
was thinking
6
bigger size.
teenagers at that time. And,
Oh, right.
well, nearly. I mean,
Well, since Jacob has
5.
been gone, we have been saving a lot of food.
I'm not surprised how much we have left with our 2 oldest out of the house.
That's
Like-
funny because we used to eat like 10 pounds of chicken like in one single meal,
Right.
and now we're like, we have leftovers.
Yeah.
Well, in Chico's
is
defense,
this?
he had the
What are
gains.
left?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
got to gain some
Yeah.
muscle
Yeah, he did.
and hormones with that chicken full of hormones.
Oh no. Oh.
But if you ever want to find out the recipe, you can text my wife or email her, and
I
she'll
will.
send you a fake one.
Well, I could point anybody in the right direction. It's an old Red Book recipe from Red Book
Oh,
magazine.
okay.
It's delicious.
It is good. Those are the best ones we have. In American meatballs, they're not the same thing as albóndigas, which is a whole other beast.
Right.
Whoa, albóndigas.
Yeah.
Meatball
Uh-oh.
soup.
You're about to blow his mind. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
so
I
I
can
had
make
it.
good
What I
albóndigas.
had an albóndiga yesterday. Now, what it was told to me, what
No.
it was. Hold on.
If you
hold on.
got it from IKEA, that's no way that's an albóndiga.
No.
We
My-
don't do horse albóndigas,
No, my
man.
mom, my aunt made, but it was made out of tuna.
What?
So now my question is,
That's
what is an
was it from
albóndiga?
Subway?
No, they got tuna. So I had to call mom and ask, right?
What?
Tuna, you get rid of the water, you add eggs and a little bit of crackers, and you make
So
patties,
they
and you
made
do it.
tuna
That is not an
patties.
albóndiga.
Okay, well, that's my question. What's
that's
an
a
albóndiga?
tuna party. That's a tuna patty.
I called it a
Yeah.
Krabby Patty.
Abe's mom makes tuna
Yeah.
patties similar
know-
to that.
But-
Delicious.
So they're not called albóndigas then?
Albóndigas is Mexican meatballs, and it's in a soup. And
Yeah.
so when
With
I
meat.
learned to do it, I learned that it's very important to make everything from fresh ingredients. So you chop the onion, chop the tomato, chop the cilantro,
Wow, that's not exactly.
everything else you're putting in there, and then you're using beef. You mix your,
What kind
your
of
meat
tuna? No
mixture all
salt, nothing.
together, and then you
Egg on
form the
top of it.
meatballs. You gotta really form them by hand, and then you have your boiling broth that's well seasoned, and you drop your meatballs in there to cook in the broth, and then you
Well,
serve it.
I'm gonna say that you sound like you have made it more than once because I don't remember
I've
the last
made
time you
them
made
many
them.
times. Yes, I
You
have.
have?
Thanks,
I
Mom.
didn't make
Made me
them
look like an
last
idiot.
winter, but I made them a lot of times.
Thank you, Mom, for making me look like an idiot. Thank you.
It was her
Let her call them what she
albóndigas de
wants.
atún.
So if you ever see this,
Well, those are called tuna patties.
oh, I get it.
I
That
call them
makes
Krabby
sense.
Patties.
And but the best ones, to be honest, they're made with sardines. You don't make it with tuna. You get a can of sardines, and then you make it with that. Oh, so good. And
I'll
the
try it
real Mexican
once.
style is this: you grab a couple of tomatoes, you grab some garlic, some onion, and 2 jalapenos. You make like a little red salsa.
Okay.
You know that
Like
is
a
spicy.
ceviche?
No. Like you cook it, right? Like you
Okay,
boil them
okay.
and then
Oh,
you
okay.
cook them, and then you put them. You make the patty, and then after you make the patty, you put a little sauce on top of them, like cooked salsa. Is so good,
All right.
so good.
I believe you.
Yeah, my wife. My wife. My
I don't
beautiful
know
wife.
how to make them, but his mom makes
My mom. Hey,
delicious.
you know what? Problem solved. Move your mother-in-law with you guys, and there you go. She can make anything you want.
There you go.
We've
Tuna
discussed
patties.
this. She says that she would not like to live with us.
Yes.
She wants to
Really?
live in a retirement home.
Yeah, but one of those fancy ones that has
Yeah.
like a chef and stuff.
They have those.
Yes.
Yeah,
They have one
absolutely.
down here. It's
She actually has one, and she's left paperwork around the house for
It's
us.
on Ridge Road.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Oh my God.
Retama
It was like
something.
John Knox Village. That was a whole
Yeah,
awesome one
kind
here in
of, yeah.
Westaco, and then now there was the Ritamo. I think it's Ritamo something, right?
There's a few
Yeah.
called Ritamas.
Yeah,
that
they
are
have
good.
like a whole chef and stuff because I had a friend that used to be
personal
the
one.
chef for that, and they used to like, oh, this is what we're doing this week, and
Yes.
they get their meals, and
I think it's for
they got their little apartments.
romance. I've heard a lot of romance happens in there.
Oh boy.
Wait, you're I don't know where we're
I don't
going.
know,
Are you saying your mom wants to move there for the Romans?
no, I
No,
think
not the Romans. I've heard there's like date nights and there's
Oh, I think you mean
No,
like
no,
the Bible, like the Bible study. So everyone's
That'd
doing
be
that.
kinda cool.
I think she just wants the free food.
Okay,
think
she's
that's what
about
it
to.
is.
She is a foodie. She is a foodie.
Yeah,
I don't know where I was going with this, but
Not the Romans.
not the
not the
Romans.
no
But food.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my mom puts salsa on everything.
Okay.
Ah, it's so good. I don't know how she does it.
He had lunch over there today.
Obviously.
Like
I can
over
tell.
there.
Yeah, like in my
He had lunch over there.
yeah.
Over
And I'm like, I'm so hungry. Yeah, can you make me food? I'll be there like in 15 minutes. And you know what? They're the
Was
best.
it proper albondigas? Is that
No, this was just
Okay.
chilaquiles con salsa,
Okay.
con frijolitos, queso fresco.
What is your version of chilaquiles?
Wait, now chilaquiles is in my way.
Well, chilaquiles.
Tortillas
Uh-huh.
that you
A ver.
cut up and you fry them, right?
Okay.
Then you add eggs, and then you
Yes.
mix them together, and then of course you add salsa, whatever you want,
Beans,
whatever, right?
Matt.
Or
Okay.
whatever.
Refried
Well,
beans.
what officially chilaquiles? I don't know why we're talking about food now.
I don't know. I guess we're hungry.
Officially, chilaquiles is just a tortilla with salsa. That's the chilaquiles.
There's
like
no egg.
there's no egg on it.
It was introduced to me with egg also.
Yeah, we call those migas.
Oh, I
Mi-
thought it was migas when you
Migas.
add the cheese. I thought when the cheese comes in,
No,
play,
no.
it becomes migas.
When the eggs, I mean, I believe this is 100%. I think it's in the Bible. It's chilaquiles, just tortilla, and you know why they used to make chilaquiles for, right?
Yes, I do. Can I answer?
No.
All right, all right.
Okay,
Hangover
okay.
food. Hangover food.
Yeah, it was a
really?
hangover
Oh.
food. It's supposed to be really spicy for some reason. I've never been hangover, never done any of those things.
Okay.
That's just a fun fact. I have no personal
I mean-
experience.
But like, it gets you out of it really quick.
Okay.
But it was spicy food. It was like something spicy, really spicy, and you used to drink it eat it with like tomato juice or something like that.
Oh,
Okay, so
according
I've
to
heard
IHOP.
tomato juice. Yeah, I've heard tomato juice helps with that, but I don't ever drink tomato juice. I never even tried it. Even as a child, my parents
Not
were
even like
this
V8?
is good for with V8. My parents
V8
were like,
was
this
really
is good
There
for
was
you.
a whole season in the 90s that V8
Yes.
was the
V8
thing.
was good.
Why?
Yeah, well,
It
similar
wasn't
to,
good. It was like drinking soup out of a cold soup out of a bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah, they had a lot of cast-off tomatoes and ugly vegetables that needed to be used, and now they just sell those in boxes.
I think it was cool because the
Subscription.
can is just it was just one of those cans that you just peeled off the top. It wasn't even like a flick or anything.
Okay.
You know,
I've never tried one. That's why I didn't know that.
that's what it used to be.
That's just called a tomato can soup. But
That's pretty much that's what it was.
they didn't even change the package,
your
and there's like
vegetables.
V8.
all
Don't-
your vegetables
Don't,
all in one
don't
can.
cut your lips
But
while
then
you're
again,
trying to
I
open
went,
this.
I went
drink
to
this up.
public school, so they gave us that.
Oh,
So did they.
we'll pray for you.
Thank you.
They didn't have that in my school.
No,
And Abe was in Mexico.
Well, you guys are gonna complain, but you know what? At least I ate good food when I got food.
wait. Okay, so yeah, was there public school in Mexico?
Yeah. No,
good-
man. We
that's a
were
real
all
question.
sitting in a little huts. And there's a great teacher that comes from America.
I thought the implication was private school.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't think, was that an implication or
So-
just being?
American public school here, right? American public school. And what state were you in?
Arizona.
You were
for most of
Arizona.
it.
This is Texas.
Yep.
You were in Mexico, and you obviously public schooled, right? You said that.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I
I-
was the only homeschooled one.
Units were not that crazy.
So was there
Not too
cafeteria
crazy.
food?
Yes.
No,
You brought your own
but
food, right?
no. More important than that, your mom brought you food.
So your mom brought you hot
Oh.
food at lunch and gave it to you.
Yeah,
through
so
the
they have
chain
like the
link.
prison wall thingies, with all the holes. What do you call the hurricane fences?
link.
Sure.
Chain links that are like 20 feet tall and stuff
Okay.
like that. They don't want you to get out of that place. And the moms, they will come, and the moms are so
I've seen
nice. You've seen it, right? And the moms they just come and dealing on the side right at lunchtime. And they're like, pero yo taquito, mijo.
And so
And then
then
they
the
give
kids
you
are
like
on
a
the
skinny,
playground.
like burrito taco. And you're like, oh,
Like
thank
through the
you.
fence.
Yeah, through the fence.
That's.
And so that's how we get trained to go to prison.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
we
right.
just get our tray.
But you
Yeah.
know, I just like in prison. We're going to I'm going to prison on Thursday for the ministry.
Yeah.
Okay.
And nothing is like the public school system.
It is.
It is. No lights, no windows. It's just...
It's true.
They don't even have those little windows up at the top.
No, it's so sad. Pray for those guys.
All right. Well, we will be.
But my point is, I do think there's some kind of training happening there. It's sad. We homeschool. I understand that there's people who have the necessity of sending their kids to school, single parenting, blah, 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 and all those things. But man, there's a great trade-off, I think, between the ability to homeschool your kid and teach them biblical principles from the get-go and sending your kids to just be indoctrinated for 8 hours and a half a day.
I
That's
appreciate that.
time.
But I think one of the things I read recently, a couple of studies, was on that specifically, that schools, when we first started the idea of public school, like back in the 30s and 40s, that from there on, I think it was from the, what is it called? The Great Depression area. So that's a little earlier on. We were training children to be factory workers. And
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes. And so when we look at that and look how it's continued into today, we are no longer hiring for factories. We actually aren't even a factory country anymore. We don't run factories like that. And so we have done nothing but, we held back our own children and we haven't cared about it. I mean, for the people who are, blindly supporting the public school system and not saying, hey, we should change some things.
One thing that's interesting in the last, I think especially the last handful of years, a lot of teachers who have a heart for education are realizing, like, this is unacceptable. We can't do this anymore. Because I think for a long time, they realized the system was a mess, but they were like, I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to be part of making it better, and whatever. But at some point, you have to recognize the system is not... it was made for something entirely different.
Absolutely.
And we can, at some point, like, you can, when you're working on a project, you can scrap your project and say, I need to start over.
That's a
and
really good perspective.
I really, really think there are a lot of teachers opening their eyes to the fact that, like, hey, I love kids, I love education, and this is so broken that I can't even pour into these kids through this system.
Well, Matt used to be a public school teacher.
I did.
Yes, and
I
so
worked at public school. Yes,
Yeah.
I did that.
Why?
It was a job.
it was a career.
Until what year? What year did you end your public school?
It was different. I guess the story is I knew somebody who was
who knew somebody who knew somebody?
No. So I was working at a high school, and I was running, at the time I was just running a computer lab and doing stuff like that. So this individual was they had a program called, I think it was called Teach for America. Something like that, where they would have-
I heard that one.
So down here we'd have a lot of people from like Minnesota, Wisconsin, whatever, come down here and do their thing. Well, this guy, I forgot his name, so I can't mention it. So he failed a student. He was also like, I think he was one of those.
Is that where you met your wife?
No.
That is a little story.
It was one of those subjects. I think it was like social studies, where you're a coach, but you also do social studies kind of thing. And he was a coach. He was like, I think it was girls basketball, volleyball. I don't remember. And then, but anyways, he failed a student, and this happened a lot, not just in this school, but I've heard many stories of that happening just a lot of schools. He failed a student. Student then was not happy with that, comes and makes an allegation that, I saw this teacher making out with his other student.
Oh.
And that was it. I remember cops were called, blah, blah, blah. And then the student ended up admitting, like, I made this up because of this. But, I mean, it was too late. Damage is done. So that was kind of like, no, I don't think I want to do this. So then I got a job at Apple at the time. So it was kind of like, see ya.
Wait, how long ago was this? Because I thought when you were married, I thought you were working in Apple.
Oh, no, he started off as a teacher. When I met him, actually, he was a manager at a coffee shop.
When I was a manager at a coffee shop.
And then...
Well, to be honest, between you two, there's not one single job that hasn't been performed yet.
True
That's
story.
true. Yeah.
Well, I think, like, what I keep seeing from young teachers is that kind of experience, being like, oh, I can do this. a lot of us were really, like public school kids, were really impacted by exceptional teachers.
That is true too.
And so you're like a little inspired. I can do this. And then you have these situations arise that are like, this isn't worth it.
Yeah.
And that is kind of crushing because it used to be worth it. Like I've known career teachers who have just poured themselves into even knowing that the system was a mess and saying, you know, I'm going to do my part. If I make a difference in the life of one child, like we've all heard those kind of things.
Including your mom.
Right.
Your mom was a teacher.
But
she's retired. But
the idea, like seeing that, like, whoa, from one student's allegation, your whole life and career and whatever else can be just
gone. Yep.
And
yeah,
it's
terrible.
serious.
But also times have changed so much because now my wife and I were talking about all these teacher allegations of having sex with minors.
Right.
And to be honest, all the stories that I got, I didn't see anybody from the valley. I'm sure it's not
We have quite a few. Sorry.
But thank you for breaking my bubble. I'm like, we're free. Well, at least it's not happening down here.
When I was in high school,
no, it's been happening.
There was a security guard that, you know, got a sophomore pregnant or something like that, and that was pretty crazy.
Unfortunately.
That was when I was in high school.
But the crazy thing that my wife and I were talking about, there's like 11 cases she was bringing to me, we were talking about Sunday night. This weekend, and she was talking about how all these 11 teachers were females.
Right.
I was looking for a certain story, and so I had kind of Googled a loose, like, teacher, student, and some detail about it. I didn't even put female teacher.
Right.
And the whole first page was all female teachers in their 20s and 30s, and most of them were 10 and 11-year-old students.
Oh, no.
That's fifth grade.
That's pretty crazy.
Oh.
And this whole first page, there was one that was a high school student. That's shocking.
Well, oh wow, that is horrible. I brought up the fact that you are a public school teacher because we now choose to homeschool. Sorry, I didn't meant to segue that way.
So it comes around, right? And I think now I've met a lot of public school teachers who are just like, no, I'm homeschooling my kid.
That is true.
I've met so much more now that I'm just like, wow, okay.
Well, we had even in our co-op. I'm not going to talk about it because then we're going to be like those guys. But in the co-op, we have a lot of people who are teachers, and one of the spouses is a teacher. And they're like, no, we want to bring our kids to private studies, you know, or
definitely more than a
homeschooling.
handful of people that we know.
And nonetheless, I'm so thankful that there are some good Christian teachers out there. This is
definitely.
not to discourage. If the Lord's called you to be a teacher in the public sector, you do a great job at it. The Bible says, if you have the gift of teaching, then teach well.
Right.
You know, and there's many people out there who are servants of the Lord, who know Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior, and who are actually doing an excellent job impacting a generation in people who we may never meet ourselves because there's I want to say they're segregated, but they're in school. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I'm thankful that nonetheless there's people out there in that mission field, and let me tell you, we do pray for them. We do pray that the Lord would use them and give them wisdom. We have people who work in the church. We have people who work in the administrative side of college, and I pray for them. Lord, give them wisdom because they're going to come across people I cannot come across as a pastor, as a real estate agent, whatever it is that you do. Same thing with you. There are people who you're gonna come across that I don't have an ability to reach. But that's the beautiful thing about the body of Christ. We all are there. Right. We all have a place and a position in which we can impact those around us. I cannot impact somebody I don't know. You cannot impact some people that I know because they're stubborn.
Right.
But but the point is, we can definitely bring and notch. So I think it was J.D. Farag, one of the guys from. I think he used to be a Calvary Chapel pastor. I don't know if he still is. He used to say, just nudge them closer to Jesus. If they're not receptive to the gospel, if they're not willing to say, yes, I'm ready to put my faith in Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, then just nudge them closer. Say, how can I pray for you? How can I be an example to you? You know, and that's, I think, an important part of it. But yeah, it's important to realize that the Lord wants to use you. He wants to use me where we are on purpose. Absolutely. I always say we always need more honest mechanics. Man, I need a mechanic.
Yes.
We have a great mechanic, but he's very busy because he's
so
an honest
busy.
mechanic.
That's good. Praise the Lord for him, because I know that you were the car trouble happens.
Yes, it does.
Well, I think that was like the goal of this podcast. The goal of this podcast is just to kind of like talk about things that we all kind of know or hear, but we want to lead them back. We want to lead everyone back to Jesus, and that's like the most important thing. And I think that's why we wanted to kind of get this podcast kind of going. So yeah.
What do you mean? We're like literally going right now.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
what?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're recording.
I know. That's why I said it. I'm looking to the camera.
Straight here, man. Stare straight to the solo people and tell them about the podcast.
That's hilarious. Okay.
So, Batman.
Batman. Oh no, we're gonna talk about the best Batman.
Best Batman. Go.
Michael Keaton.
Shame on you.
Best
Batman man.
I'm sorry. I have to go with Ben Affleck.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's worse.
He sticks to it, too. He loves Batfleck.
You know what? Because Batfleck was awesome in the Zack Snyder universe. He was great. The fighting scenes were really cool. And he was
Okay, that's true.
And he
I
was
don't know.
that
I was
brute
thinking of Daredevil when he was
he was bad as Daredevil. I'm sorry, Ben
the
Affleck. You watched this. No.
Hold
the
on.
campy Daredevil.
But we can't say that Ben Affleck or Batfleck, right?
Batfleck.
Was actually good because
Batman.
he didn't even defeat Superman.
What are you talking about?
He didn't.
What do you
defeat
mean?
He had the ability to beat Superman, but he didn't because of Martha.
Oh man.
Why do those superheroes have mother problems?
Well, they wouldn't be super without them.
They need to have some kind of trauma
They have
behind
to
the
have
scenes
trauma.
to motivate
It's a
them.
trauma.
Mom
Always a
trauma
trauma.
is the best, or is like the catalyst for.
But Superman didn't have mom trauma.
He lost both his parents.
What do you mean? The whole story of Superman is like, they kicked me out of my planet. They didn't even want to raise me. He was like,
Well, no, they didn't kick me out.
Yeah, his planet was destroyed.
We decided to stay and die with the planet. Is actually the weird.
why
trauma.
couldn't they leave?
But
That's a good question. I'm
because
not a nerd.
he had one spaceship.
because the
They didn't-
captain goes down with his ship.
Oh,
Was
I
he a
don't know. I
captain?
am not. This is not my area.
He
of
wasn't a
expertise.
captain.
No, that was the analogy. Why didn't
Yeah.
they leave? Because they were the rulers of the planet.
right.
And my analogy was the captain.
But do you see their house? They were super
what's
wealthy.
happening.
Why couldn't they have two planes? They seem like cars over there.
Wait, are we talking Zack Snyder universe or canon? I don't know the canon. I'm sorry.
He's not a Superman fan, guys. But we have to hear from you. What's your favorite Batman?
Oh. I'm Batman.
Oh, okay. So Christian Bale.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Although
Alright,
the
yeah,
last two movies really were bad.
Wait.
no,
Which
I
last
liked,
two?
I liked.
Well, the first
Joker
one was
really
great.
good.
Yeah, the Joker one was really good with Christian Bale.
Okay, fine. The
stick
last
to that.
movie was trash.
Oh, you mean Bane?
With Bane. I
Well, I like Bane, but
like Bane.
the thing about it is that I can never understood the guy.
So Tom
And I
Hardy.
don't want to be mean because I understand people who are like, I don't know what he's saying when they talk to me. But it's like, no. Like, and not even with subtitles, but that's a Christopher Nolan thing. That's
is.
No
that's
subtitles.
you know why he does that?
No.
Because he's an idiot. No, okay. Oh, please forgive me, Lord. You know why he does that? Because he shoots in IMAX.
Okay.
And the IMAX camera is the loudest camera there is. You cannot record audio at the same time with it because it's like...
Oh.
And so they always have to do dub overs to make it better. And now...
That was a dub over?
Yeah.
Oh.
Didn't know
They're
that.
all dub overs. Every character speaking most of the time is a dub over. Yeah, they do a recording.
Hugh Jackman doing that one time with running Wolverine. It was pretty crazy.
Oh.
I hadn't thought about
Yeah.
that.
And then the worst part is that he is getting worse with every movie. When we watch the movie Tenet, I'm like, I don't even know what they're saying.
Okay. I didn't have that problem as well.
I did not watch that movie.
You did not have that problem?
I did have that problem. I was the whole movie. I kept leaning over and asking the person next to me, "What is happening and what are they saying?" And they were like, "Shh, just let it happen," is what they said. That was Lucy, by the way.
You need the little.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
not okay.
Yes. I didn't know that was even a thing until this last year. So wait, we had to come back. Who's your favorite Batman?
Well, I am not as well versed in the Batman verse as I should be, but the Batman I've watched the most is the one, the real old one.
Adam
Adam
yeah.
West.
Adam
Yes,
West.
that's the one I've watched the most because one of my boys.
Hey,
Wish
that
I could
was
tell him.
exactly what happened in the last Batman. In Christian Bale, it was like an Adam West ripoff.
Oh, I thought you're talking about.
Oh yeah, he did take the bomb, but
Because he takes the bomb and he survives the nuclear explosion guy.
I thought you were talking about the sparkly vampire dude.
Oh yeah, there's that guy too.
Pun.
What, Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, just called Batman.
Oh.
Not the Batman, just
It was Batman.
But he glows in the sun.
Yes, that's why he only comes out at night.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did like the movie, actually.
Okay,
It
so you
was
did like it.
entertaining.
All right.
It was
Okay.
entertaining.
Yeah, I did like.
But Adam West being possibly the best because he was original. There would have been no other Batmans if he hadn't taken the
Yeah, I'm going to assume that
absolutely.
Adam West changed the world.
One of my boys, when
I mean,
he
without
was,
is Jesus and then Adam West
West
right
right
below
he
it.
changed the Batman
the
world.
Bat world. And so, with that in mind, what can we all say? What the worst Batman was?
Ugh.
I'll have to go with Clooney.
It's Clooney. It's kind of like it's scientific at this point.
But they had to put the nipples there. What do you mean? How will you know where the nipples go unless they
Wait,
put it in
but
the suit?
Did Clooney have the? I know Clooney had the nipples, but didn't Val Kilmer have the?
Oh, wait, who had the nipples?
So we didn't look this up earlier, and we did have this discussion. But
Okay, I want to find out.
okay, find out
This
who
is
had
gonna
the
be
nipple
weird.
suit. But
That's
I'm pretty
Batman
sure
with-
it's George Clooney for sure. And
I don't even remember watching the movie with them.
It was with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
and
where he's
It
the
was
Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
Poison Ivy. Was that earlier?
Poison Ivy. Yes.
Well,
Yes,
that
'cause we
wait,
never
that,
watched
is
it.
the Clooney one where because I remember Mr. Freeze and Jim Carrey were
Jim Carrey
us.
was the one before.
That was Val Kilmer.
No,
That
what I
was Val
mean
Kilmer.
was a different Batman then?
Yes.
Okay,
Batmans are blurring
Batman
Yes.
with nipples.
That's gonna really mess up your Google algorithm.
Hey, not so bad. Oh, there's also a female Batman with big nipples in here.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Look away.
The save search is beyond.
It says bat nipple. And this is AI refers to the rubber nipples added to the bat suit worn by George Clooney. It was George Clooney.
Okay. So it wasn't
As
Kilmer.
Batman
That's cool.
and Chris O'Donnell Robin. That Robin was way too old.
Well, when he started, no, but then it was like 10 years from one movie to the next.
He was a good Robin though.
Well, there was like baby, like a kid Robin.
No.
No.
When Chris O'Donnell first started in the Batman, like whatever,
That was in part 3 with Val Kilmer.
was it?
Yes.
I thought it started in.
Nope.
Okay, well, you know what? It's been a long time since I've seen the Batmans. I happen to like. I liked Chris O'Donnell.
Which one was the one with Danny DeVito's the Penguin?
That was the second one.
That was
with
the second
that
one.
was with Michael Keaton Batman.
Michael Keaton, best one.
Yeah.
I like that one and Catwoman. Catwoman was
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yes.
phenomenal. Best Catwoman ever. No. Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Did you like?
No, I like the Zoe, whatever her last name is, Zoe Travis. She did
Okay.
pretty
She
good.
did.
But you're bringing back Batman. And so just there you go. Just that guy. And we're talking about Sparkly Vampire.
Thank you.
And there was no fantasy involved in that. Like there was no magical aspect to it that I.
Wait,
What are you
it's all
talking
fantasy.
about?
It's all Batman. What are you talking about?
No, Batman was a more realistic view of today's society. It was an entire
Wait, what?
expose.
He's the most practical Batman.
He
Wait,
is the
are you talking
most
about the
practical.
Patterson
Who?
Batman?
Yes, the Patterson Batman.
Yeah, he's practical.
Patterman.
What?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's
Zack Snyder
Spider-Man.
Batman was pretty practical. Maybe not.
No, well,
There was
what
a
do you-
Superman.
Ben
involved.
Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, theoretically, in that universe, there is a Superman.
We
even
never.
in Patterson's universe.
No, because they used guns. It was just like he was very, like you said, practical. So Patterman was definitely
You mean you're talking about the out of the world gadgets?
all of it. Even the bad guys were practical. The Penguin was practical.
I don't know.
They
about
even
that.
made a spin-off of a practical penguin, and it was not interesting because he was so practical.
Okay.
He was just a bad guy.
You're too real for us. Man.
He was just a bad
Lost.
guy, exactly.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't see that one.
We tried to watch it. And
Is that the Gotham series?
no,
no,
it's called the
they
Penguin.
did a penguin
you're
spin-off. I
talking
don't know. I
about
can
with,
remember.
what's his name?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, he looks like the
Yes.
other actor on it. I'm like, well, they should hire the
Yeah.
other
Right,
guy.
Right, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, Harvey something.
You know
right?
what? I couldn't get into it. I can't get past the first or second episode.
Yes.
And I'm just
Again,
like,
too
what's
practical.
going on? Okay, I get
But
it.
we left the Batman. We're done. We've all decided Clooney was the worst.
Clooney.
Clooney is the worst. Sorry,
Clooney.
Clooney.
Sorry, Clooney.
Why?
I'm just saying it's not your fault.
It is his fault.
No, it was Arnold's fault.
Wait, what?
And honestly, I have a second question.
What are you
and this is
talking about?
probably
What was
inappropriate,
his
but
fault?
Do bats have nipples at all? I just want to know.
They're mammals.
Are bats
They
mammals?
are.
They've got to
Right.
have nipples.
Oh.
Bats
Bats are
definitely.
mammals.
I'm gonna put bat
Okay,
nipples.
I'm putting this on record. Bats are mammals. They feed their young. They have nipples.
So, I still put bat
Am I right?
nipples. Oops, sorry.
We're gonna.
I don't know. Let
I
me
agree
see.
with you. I'm gonna disagree. With you.
I'm gonna put bat nipples to show you Batman. So like,
All right.
do you mean Batman nipples?
No. AI has a sense
I
of
don't
humor.
mean that anymore. I meant that last.
We're away from Batman. We're going straight to actual bats.
Thank you, Lucy. You're making this.
It's a good question.
It's a great question.
Yes.
But they're mammals.
Bats have nipples, typically located in the armpit area. That makes sense.
All right.
Keep
All
them
right.
warm.
Okay.
You want some
Yes.
stinky cheese?
They feed their young. The baby bats.
Baby
Yeah,
bats.
they do have nipples.
And the
obviously.
baby bats like cling
I mean,
to
I
the
knew
back
that.
of the bat
In the
mummies.
back of bat mummies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, but kangaroos, man, that animal should not exist.
Why?
Dude, that's weird. Have you seen them?
Have you seen the jacked up ones from Australia?
Yeah, I think they're all like that.
Well, sort of, not really.
No?
Just Australian ones.
I mean,
Yes,
kangaroos are only in
they're only in
Australia. are they not?
Australia.
They're doing roids down there or something. It's impressive.
So the wild ones are more buff than the zoo ones, is what.
I'm assuming
Yes.
so.
Is what we're.
I've never seen one.
I've seen one in the zoo.
I saw one in the zoo.
If you go
Where?
to the
I
Gladys
think we
Porter
have one
Zoo,
down here.
They have one?
Yeah.
they have an entire exhibit of
Kangaroos.
non-Australian ones. I don't even remember where they're from. No, I think is it
What, you mean
Africa?
bred in captivity? What?
No, and they're small and fluffy and cute,
Wait,
and
but
you want to touch
kangaroos
them.
are only in Australia, are they not?
I don't know actually, but there was a kangaroo war, and we no, that was an emu
Now,
war. Sorry.
there's a theory, conspiracy theory, that pandas are not real. Well, maybe they're real, but they were not intended to be like a real animal. Like somebody bred pandas because of their inability to do anything practical to
'Cause they just
survive
break
their own
their bamboo
species.
and
Yeah.
eat it.
No,
Yeah,
but
but-
they're like super dumb.
So it's like
Yeah.
koala, and then they made it with like
They
brown
only
bear.
eat certain bamboo from certain regions. Like they can't. They just don't eat any whatever food they eat.
They-
You have
they're-
to eat specific this thing.
There's some people, some workers. Their whole job is to keep the panda from killing themselves.
Yes.
Right.
Because they're pretty dumb.
But they're cute though.
I
They're
mean,
like
yeah,
babies.
but they're
Pandas?
Yeah.
I want to be. I don't want to be in a room with a panda.
Why not?
No, that's a
They're
koala.
pretty strong.
Yeah. I mean, not a grown panda. I mean,
What,
maybe
they're-
baby panda.
are you not smarter than a panda? Is that what you're saying? here?
But I'm not stronger than a panda. It's a bear.
Well, no, they're actually pretty stupid. They don't really attack very many people. There's more koala deaths than there are panda deaths.
Okay, let's look that up.
What?
Yeah,
Okay, what?
koalas
Koala
kill more
deaths,
people
yes.
than sharks do.
Pandas seem pretty chill. They just want to eat their bamboo.
Okay, let's find out. Hold on,
So
hold on.
koala versus panda, death.
What animal dies more, koalas or pandas?
No,
No,
not
no,
death.
no.
Kills
Oh.
humans.
They all die.
They do all that, and pandas are win that one.
Coming the range, they all hit the grave. Okay. Okay. What animal kills more people, pandas or koalas?
Well, neither pandas nor koalas are exactly known for going around taking out geniuses, or anyone else for that matter. They're both pretty chill animals. Pandas mostly just munch on bamboo, and koalas spend their time snoozing in eucalyptus trees. So you're pretty safe from both on the smart person front.
Dude, your AI has like an attitude
She
that
does
does
have
have
an
to her, man.
attitude.
Dang.
She
Wait, what? She doesn't talk to her like that?
No,
I don't talk to AI.
Mine's a robotic. Mine's like pandas are
We're into
stupid.
conspiracy theories, but I'm into AI is probably not that good
Your
for
AI
us.
is like, wow, you can't believe you're asking this dumb question, but here you go.
No, that's not what she said.
pretty
That's
sassy.
a
That,
sassy,
no,
that's
no,
a
no.
sassy AI.
No. She said, unless you're mad, you're safe. That's literally what he was saying. He was saying, if you have to be way dumb to be killed by a panda or a koala.
That's funny. All right.
Which I take.
I'm just saying you have a sassy AI.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Don't be jealous, man.
I'm
Don't be
not-
jealous.
But there is a really interesting story that comes out of Australia, and I read this a couple years back. It was back in 2020 when we were doing nothing else besides reading stories.
Besides being stuck at home.
And there was an activist group, kind of like PETA, that was in Australia, and they decided to go and break out some koalas from an Australian zoo. And so they were like, all right, they snuck in the middle of the night. It was a team of like 4 men, and they broke into the koala enclosure. And when they did that, since it was dark, they couldn't really see, but the koalas see them and they're called drop bears. And they dropped down on these guys, broke a couple of their arms, beat them up so horribly that they left without their koalas. And then they were like, well, we still want to rescue an animal. So they rescued an alligator instead. So the fact that an alligator was easier.
No, that goes to the point of my friend, the AI lady who was super nice to me. She said, you got to be really dumb to get killed by a koala or a panda.
Okay.
Wait,
they're not obviously smart. And they were like, well I guess we just rescued an alligator then.
But they did. They succeeded.
Remember the Darwin Awards?
Yes.
This is along that.
Oh, it is.
So the koalas are just like, you see these guys right there? We're just gonna like fall on them and
Yes.
just attack them.
I'm going to bring them the statistic next time about how many koalas kill people.
Well, just look it up on your phone.
Oh, fine. I'll go ask again.
You're going to ask the AI and the
No,
AI.
I'm going to Google
Sassy
it.
AI, let's
He's
go.
gonna have to.
Sassy, yeah.
Let's see the answer.
Hey. She's nice to me.
Okay.
She knows I'm with people.
That's what it is. She's being entertaining. Okay.
You know,
Wait,
when your
what
kids show
was I
off
gonna-
a cop and
Oh,
attitude,
next topic,
and
AI.
you're like, come
How
on, we're with
many
friends, chill.
Let's go talk in the
People-
car.
get killed by koalas? Let's see. No one knows. What are you talking about? I think you're just
This-
making this up.
This
No.
question is unanswerable.
Yeah.
Even
I-
Google doesn't.
Too many.
know.
That
I
means
think
it's too
your
many.
Google, your AI is still answering for you, and I just think that it's trying to show off.
Yeah, it's gonna be all like, I want him to get killed by a koala one of these
Koala.
days.
We don't
Why
have
don't
any here,
you
thank
just
goodness.
sneak into the enclosure then?
That's true.
All right, well, let's move on to the last thing of today, because you guys have a baby. Is he? I don't know if he's laughing or he's crying, so I'm
I
worried
think
for
it's
both.
both.
We don't know. We'll find out.
Church stuff.
Yeah.
Church stuff.
Church stuff.
Church stuff.
Were we talking about the 7 dwarfs of ministry?
That's a great name. That's a great
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
It's needed.
You've got Sleepy,
Sleepy. You
and
got sleepy
that's
people.
the one who shows up right around 11:30. If your service is at 11, they show up at around 11:30, and they kind of look like they're wearing their pajamas still.
I know a couple of those.
Yeah. I mean, hey, come as you are. That's what Jesus says.
Yes.
And they take that literally, right? No.
Where does it say "come as you are"?
You know what? I'm going to go look that up now.
I think that was a song you're referring to.
Yeah,
That's what Crowder wrote that.
Crowder said
It's a Crowder
that.
song.
Jesus says, "At least show up with a dress." I mean, a tunic.
A
tunic.
Yeah,
Tunic.
which some of these people might think that their nightgown or their night clothes are tunics. They might think that.
Okay, well, that's one. What's next?
Okay.
Well, there's Grumpy who may or may not sit in the.
Well, let's talk about in the point that we're talking about in the sense of people who serve at the church.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. There's,
Because there's people who are like, yeah, I want to serve the Lord, and they're so grumpy. And I'm like, why are you so grumpy?
there it is. There it is.
It's because they want. Maybe they want to get up early. I don't know. Maybe they don't.
We have
understand.
church at 11:30.
You said serve.
What time is the church?
11.
11.
11. But
Yeah,
you said serve.
11.
So serve could be like maybe they're setting up, maybe they're tearing down, maybe they're doing something else, maybe they're doing that. Who knows?
I think I've learned a lot from watching elders in the church throughout my years of being in ministry.
Abe's not that old.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm talking
Older.
about the older group,
Oh.
and I used to love watching the people who were ready to serve and show up and be like, "I'm here to put out chairs or clean a bathroom beforehand," and they would say, "If you're not here to serve the Lord with a happy attitude, don't serve at all."
Right.
But how do you deal with the people who show up with that kind of "I'm just not a morning person" type of attitude? How would you approach that?
Yeah, Matt. How would you approach that?
Yeah, I'm asking Matt.
Wow. How would I approach that? And they're serving in what capacity? Just serving in general?
Let's say they're setting out chairs.
And they're upset about it? Or they're just not a morning person?
It's not even really upset. What if it's just
Are you talking about Lucy right now?
no?
I think I would say it's like, you know what?
There's
Like,
no ill intention.
I think I would just reiterate, like, you're not serving the church. You're serving, or first of all, you're serving the Lord. You're serving God, first thing. And if this is something that you don't want to do, maybe you could come a little bit, put away the chair. It happens after service.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know, I have a certain comes to mind about a grumpy servant of the Lord.
Don't look at me like that. I don't know.
So
By the time I get to church, I'm happy.
we had an older brother in the Lord.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah,
was
that's great.
He was a little gruff and grumpy, and he'd sit kind of in the hall where it turned from coming out of the sanctuary going toward the children's ministry. And so, of course, what do little kids want to do but just run back and forth after, we're there like cleaning up, putting stuff away, and he'd say, "Stop running in here," and slow the kids down. But over time, as he was sitting in the Word and just continuing to be there, the Lord did such a beautiful work in his heart and filled him with so much joy in the Lord. And still, there were times that his marine firmness of like, we're not doing it this way, or we're not running in here, came out. But he was filled with the love of the Lord, and that joy really replaced that grumpiness.
I think that's definitely
Sometimes it
something
comes
that
with
we
both.
have seen. Listen, just because you come to church or to ministry, like one of the 7 dwarfs of ministry, and one of them is grumpy, it doesn't mean you have to stay there. You can change. The Lord wants to change that, and I think I never have understood it. I think obviously there's some of us, and I recognize it in my life. I have the gift of service. I like serving the Lord. I like helping people. I have the gift of helps.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we went to Pastor Brad's church, and he tells me, "Man, we don't have a good website, blah, 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 blah." And I said, "How about for you by tomorrow?" And by tomorrow, I had my website. I was like, "Here's something you can work with." And it's just my, but I think I think I'm the odd one. I don't think it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
I think it's that
And I think
is
we're the
natural
same in
giftings.
that. So we're always, I'm here to help. And sometimes the way that you're gifted, because it seems so natural, you expect other people to do
And
the same.
and that's truly an issue. Like, for example, there's people, I think there's too many evangelists in the pulpit who don't realize they're called to be evangelists and not pastors.
That's really
Right.
interesting.
Because because they say they obviously, we should obviously have an emphasis for the gospel. We need to understand that we, the disciples, are called, Matthew 28, right?
Right.
As we go to make disciples of all the nations, baptizing in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. In the sense of like, yes, it is our responsibility as disciples, but there's also the gift of evangelism. There's also people called to be evangelists, and who to them is super easy just to talk about the Lord, and more importantly, see people get saved.
Right.
One of those is one of my dear friends. His name is Carlos. He has the gift, and it's beautiful to see when you see it operating. It's beautiful because I will see him talk to somebody, and like 2 minutes later, I'm ready to receive the
Yes.
Lord. It is awesome. And here I'm pulling the 4 spiritual laws, and I'm telling him about heaven and hell, and eternal
walking
damnation.
down Romans Road and back.
The Romans, I'm pulling every stop, and they're like, "Nah, I'm okay today." I'm like, "But you're going to hell tomorrow."
Carlos is like,
Yeah.
it's like these palm trees over here. They need the Lord, and so do you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I repent.
Same thing with Brother Martin and Adriana.
Yes,
They have
but
the
I mean,
gift
just-
of evangelism. Now, we should not shy away from evangelizing.
Right.
We should always look for every opportunity and talk to people of the Lord. We talk kind of coming back all around about, we talked about it earlier. The Lord has you, the Lord has me in specific places where we can be and have an impact to a lost world.
Correct.
Imagine if the only people who can hear the gospel are the people who come to church. Well, good luck with that.
Right.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. We want people to come to church, not so they can just be saved. They're called to come to church, according to Ephesians, to be trained up in the work of ministry. And the work of ministry is not what happens within the church.
Right.
It's important. We should lack no teachers. We should lack no we should lack no ability to gather together and things like that. But the work of ministry is what happens outside of the doors.
Right.
And so, because there are people there I cannot reach. There's people there you cannot reach. I know many people who you don't know. Well, Heather knows everybody,
Yes,
to be honest.
Just a few.
But that is the importance of the gospel, being able to share that. Now, as we come to serve, we need to understand not everybody has the same giftings that I have or that
Right.
you have. And the problem becomes with legalism is we say, well, because I am like this, because God gave me these gifts and these abilities, why are you slacking, buddy?
Right.
Yeah.
Get to it. Right? And I remember when the Lord showed me that many years back and said, not everybody has your giftings. And I don't have a lot of gifts, but the ones that I have, I like a lot. And I want everybody to have those gifts. I'm like, yeah, you should do this. You should pray for that. You should do this, be doing this.
Right.
And then the Lord took me one time to 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10, 11, and 12. And he says, if you have the gift of help, he helps. He said, do it with the strength that the Lord provides.
Right.
And I was like thinking, there's people who don't have the gift at all. Right. And some people who do have it, and yet they may overdo it.
Right.
And say, well, and that comes with being able to say no. Right? To be able to say, I really like to be there, but really, the reality is I can't. I have to sleep at some point.
Right.
But the Lord does wonderful works amongst people who want to serve Him. And I said it many times before, and I say it again as many times as I have to. In our church, we have set that standard. If you're doing it with a bad attitude, don't do it. We love you enough to say, maybe this is not your ministry. And I don't mean this is not your church. I mean, maybe this is not your calling. If you hate teaching children,
why are we going to teach children?
Why are you teaching children?
Maybe the Lord is calling you to make the coffee.
Make the coffee.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
need greeters, right? If you hate talking to people, I'm pretty sure the Lord didn't call you to be a greeter.
Okay.
You know, if you cannot sing in tune, no, I'm looking at you, Matt. You know,
It's okay.
if you cannot sing in tune, then most likely you're not called to be a worship leader.
Right.
And so there's different areas. I think we taught a message on that about every part of the body matters.
Right.
And if we were, Paul says, if we're all ears, what's the point? We're all eyes. What is the point? How are you gonna hear? If we're all noses, man, that's a stinking job. To be the nose.
So you're saying if we're all exercising our gifts in the proper ministry the Lord's called us to, then the dwarf of ministry that we are is happy?
Yeah, nicely done.
I like it. I think that one of the most impactful things I've heard from this co-pastor guy that I know is that if you feel like you are consistently grumpy, or perhaps it's just depressed or anxious or sad, that one of the best things you can do is go out and give the gospel, because how could you be sad when you give the gospel? And I guess that comes with another whole thing is, like, I guess you couldn't go up to somebody and be like, you want to hear sorry
You want to get
Jesus.
you want to hear about this cool guy named Jesus, right? So I think that's one of the most beautiful things I've heard, and I hope it's encouraging for those who experience the grumpy sadness of being in ministry, or being in, I guess, in fellowship with Christ, right? Let's be more purposeful about what we're showing, what Christ has done in us. So
and definitely there's the place where a lot of people are just burned out. And that is one of the saddest things that happens in ministry, and it's sad to see. One time I heard a pastor say, my job is to drive the bus, and I don't care how many people run over through it. I'm like, whoa, wait, what?
Wow. People.
What do you mean? It's like, we're going to do what the Lord's called us to do, no matter how many people run over. I'm like, well, I don't think that's the heart of the Lord. But how important to have discernment and say, you know what, maybe there's seasons that change, like I said, children's ministry. I like teaching children's ministry. I think it's really fun. I think they're harder to teach than adults myself, because those guys do get you. I'm like, I don't know that. Where is that in the Bible? I'm like, oh my goodness. Paul says, the Bible says somewhere. But again, not everybody has the calling. And if you have the calling, then use it.
Right.
But also being able to not get burned out is so important, at least to me, to treat people with that respect of saying, you're not a slave of the Lord. Yeah, we're called to be servants.
Yep.
But that word is doulos. I know it means slave. Before you're like, this is not what he says in the Greek. I know what he says in the Greek.
Bond slave, servant by choice.
But it's slave by choice, involuntarily. In the reason that the bond servants were bond servants was because they love their master, and they say, I want to be with him.
Right.
Not because the master was a tyrant, not because the master was like, give me all your money or else. And they're like, well, okay.
Right.
Now I'm going to serve you for free. No, it's not how it goes. It is, out of the fellowship with the Lord Jesus, out of the spending time with him and getting to know him, that really we get the sweet fellowship with him. And some people are just burned out,
Right.
Yeah.
and that's sad to see. That's sad that I don't know why that happens necessarily, in the sense of, I don't know why that is such a priority to some churches to say, well, now that you sign up to serve,
You're locked
you'll
in for
never,
life.
when you're in the children's ministry for the next 20 years,
Yeah.
You'll never see daylight.
you'll never see that
see
they put you in the dungeon, they toss you in there with all the 5 to 7 year olds.
Yeah.
I mean, like, lock the door behind you. I'll see you next winter.
Yeah.
And it's
Sunday
sad. And it shouldn't be, because
Right.
I think it creates division between the family.
Yes.
Definitely.
Because I don't get to sit often with my wife, because obviously most of the time I'm teaching. But man, how cool it is when we go to conferences and we get to sit together and just enjoy the Word of God together, and she gets to poke me in the ribs and like, hey, that's you, buddy. Well, I need that encouragement too. But it's precious, and many people like treat ministry like a mistress. I gotta pay attention to her. And they sacrifice their families in the altar of ministry.
Right.
And that is something that my heart's desire is, that hopefully we'll never get to that point as a church that we say, I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about if your family's suffering or if
We
you're...
actively guard against that for
Yes, we do.
ourselves and for our fellowship, and it's important to keep that in mind.
And that's the whole point of being a body. If every part of the body is doing their part,
Right.
then you should be pretty healthy. As a church, we should be pretty steady, pretty not lacking things, because we are all working together in unity, and it's an important aspect.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I agree on that.
So I really like the 7 Dwarfs of Ministry. We touched on grumpy,
And
sleepy, happy, and there's Doc.
Well,
What the heck is Duck?
Doc was
he was technically a doctor, I think.
Was there also a
Was he a
handy-
doctor?
he was kind of like the one in charge.
You
Was
know,
he not?
that wasn't my favorite of all the movies.
Wait,
I
what?
mean,
The Snow White that just came out is your favorite of all the movies?
no. I didn't say that. And plus,
You know why she was called Snow White?
in the most recent adaptation,
Yes.
I heard a rumor, and I'm not sure if it was true.
I have no idea.
But she.
Do you know why?
It's because she
I
was,
don't know.
I thought
it's
you
because
sound
she
like
was stuck in a snowstorm.
She survived.
And she survived the snowstorm, and so therefore, she was called Snow. And then White, what?
What's her last name?
What's her last name?
She was Walter
Last
White's
name.
daughter.
Was not her complexion. Definitely not. Her complexion.
Right. It was because she. Right. Exactly. So it was because her heart was pure and white as snow.
Okay.
That's why she was called.
That's
Snow
almost
White.
from the Bible.
Oh, yes.
White as snow. White as snow.
But I heard she started a little person coalition in this movie. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Sorry, I haven't
But
seen it.
yeah, none of us have seen it, I'm guessing, but I don't plan on it.
I've seen a lot of dumb movies. Not that one. Not yet. I'm not that desperate.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes. Come on.
Okay, I was just testing the boundaries of dumb.
Napoleon Dynamite is not dumb. It's
I've seen some.
he's eccentric.
I saw The Room. Okay.
What room?
He says.
Oh,
the
no,
one with
The Room.
The Room with Tommy Wiseau and I did not hit her. I did not.
No,
I've seen that movie.
What?
we're gonna show you some stuff later, and you can be impressed as
Yeah.
to what
The
depths
Room?
Matt has fallen to.
Called The Room.
Oh, okay.
They made a movie about
the
the
one with
movie.
the one with
Oh, hi, Mark.
hey, hi Mark.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one.
that
Yeah.
Okay,
I
never
saw
seen
that.
it.
I
I
saw
never
that.
seen it. I saw the commercials about that movie with
Franco.
Franco, whatever.
Franco. Yeah.
James Franco.
James Franco.
Yeah. So just because of that, I was like, okay, what's this movie about? So
You actually watched
my
it?
friend Eddie and I, we were in my living room one time, and we're like, what are we gonna do? Well, let's just watch this movie. Okay. So we just sat there for an hour, and I think it was only an hour. I think,
I decided to take a nap or read a book.
Okay,
and we sat through the whole
outside.
thing.
worst
Like,
movie you ever seen? We'll finish with this because we gotta go.
worst movie I've ever seen.
Pumpkin
Oh man,
Worst.
worst.
Well,
or dumbest? Same category
Recent
for me.
or like all time?
All-time favorite dumb.
all time.
I didn't know what worst and dumb are different things in my book.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. As far as worst.
Well, I didn't make it through it, so I don't know if I get to claim this one. But that recent Alien one with
the one with abortion.
Yeah, that one.
What are you doing?
I know I didn't make it through the previews, and I had to go sit in the lobby for while you guys enjoyed that movie. But I'm gonna go with that one for my own reasons.
It was pro-life.
It was very pro-life.
It's okay here.
Okay, I started that one off.
So you
No,
started that one
that
off?
was a demon baby, man. That was not good looking.
I'll be honest, I do occasionally watch horror movies, and Long Legs was probably the worst.
Long Legs was pretty
I've
bad.
seen a long
Which
time.
one was Long Legs?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Cross-dressing Nicolas Cage screaming.
You saw that with us, did you?
You
Yeah,
watched
I
that
think.
with us.
Don't bring me down with you now.
I said that
You
one
didn't watch
too.
it?
Maybe it was Borderlands because there was a string of bad movies.
Borderlands
that we
was
ended
really
up
bad.
watching.
Oh, no.
But Long Legs was worse.
Borderlands. No, Borderlands was trash.
Borderlands
But
at least had
Long
pretty
Legs was
colors. Pretty colors.
I don't know.
Pretty
I'm a big
explosions.
fan of Nicolas Cage, and
Oh no, they were both bad.
Although he's coming out in a movie, a horror movie. I think it's about Jesus. It's called The Carpenter's
I saw
Son,
that.
and it's Nicolas Cage in a horror movie
I
about
don't think
Jesus.
I'll be
it's a
watching
horror
that.
movie
Yeah.
about Jesus.
Yes.
It's called The
No.
Carpenter's
It
Son.
is. I can't believe you haven't seen
Are we
this yet.
protesting or seeing it?
We're not.
I
We're not.
don't know what it's about. I don't know
I
what's
know what's happening.
I have no idea.
Okay, but in all, if you love Nicolas Cage so much, do you subscribe to his $4.99 a month all Nicolas Cage channel?
That's a good deal.
What are you talking about?
I'm not even kidding. There is a subscription service, Nicolas Cage all day.
No way.
Yeah. We saw it advertised the other day at a restaurant. We were
was
like,
that just Nicolas Cage movies? Yeah. I might look into that. I don't know.
it's like Nick Purview or something like that.
I never heard of that one before.
Neither have I, but saw it on television. Has to be true, right?
Yeah.
If you see it on television, it's
Oh,
true.
that on TikTok.
Okay. Well, that's mine. That's
Well, I
Borderlands.
guess worst
and
movie
all.
is probably I guess it would be The Room. That movie was really bad. But I sat through it. That Tommy
Oh,
Wiseau
okay.
one.
The Tommy Wise. Oh, that one, yeah.
Hey, Mark,
The
that was
dumbest
bad.
movie that I seen that was super annoying, and yet it was kind of entertaining. It was with Ryan Reynolds,
Uh-oh.
and he's buried in a casket for 95% of the
Called
movie.
Buried?
I don't remember what it's called.
I tried watching that. I fell asleep all 5 times I tried.
It is like, at some point, I kept hoping like something was gonna happen, but no, like
I think it was called Buried.
It's
called
it's
Buried,
just there.
Yeah.
I could never get into it. Like 10 minutes in, I was asleep. So it's the best way to go to sleep at night.
Well, you get the whole premise in the first 2 minutes and a half.
think
They
so.
bury the
He's
guy,
buried.
and
Yeah.
did they rescue him at the end?
I didn't watch it.
I feel like I remember
No.
watching that.
No, he didn't get rescued. He
No,
dies.
he dies.
He dies. I'm sorry if I've spoiled it, but it's been out for
Spoiler
more than 10
alert.
years.
Oh, no,
If it's been out for
No,
more
I'm
than
never
10
gonna
years, we
watch it.
can't. It's forgivable.
I think that was the worst movie I've seen.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but it was entertaining at least.
But see, that's not the worst movie you've ever seen because
Yeah.
the worst movie you've ever seen is when it's
Borderlands was trash for sure. That was.
pretty bad.
Well, I'm trying to remember the last one I walked away from because I like watching
not.
movies.
I asked to walk out of Borderlands. I looked at you and I said, "Can
Yeah,
we
but
walk
we
out?"
look, we're like,
You
no,
said,
we're committed.
and
This
you
is it.
and
we
Matt
were more
both.
than halfway through
You
it.
said-
That's it.
You
It's
made
like
me
a
come to
bad
this.
burger. You finish it.
Yeah. And
We're
plus
stuck
plus we
now.
had popcorn left, so we're gonna walk away from popcorn.
And when we left,
That was bad.
there was a man who worked for the theater, and he was asking apparently somebody behind us. He was like, "Hey man, how was it?" And the whole theater, who was all behind us, all of us at the same time, were like, "It was the worst."
trash.
Oh no! That's not wasn't the worst. That one of the worst one was the one with M. Night Shyamalan that he directed and about the
Trap,
trap.
where he trapped you
That-
in the theater.
Yeah, that one was
entertained.
bad.
I was entertained by
No.
that one.
He trapped you into a music video of his daughter for 2 hours.
it was
That's what it
That
serious.
was.
wasn't too bad. I was entertained with that one. I was entertained.
I love.
I
how
think
easily entertained you
because
are.
I liked
love that.
that actor who was in it. What was his name?
Oh,
he hadn't been in
he
anything
was
a
the
long
heart.
time.
He was the heartthrob of
Hartnett.
like the 90s.
Josh
yeah,
Hartnett or
yeah, 90s and early
Like
2000s.
he hadn't come out in anything a long time, and he kind of came out in this, and I was like, oh, it's good.
The
to see him
best
back.
movie he did was Black Hawk Down.
Yes.
I've never seen it, and I want
That
to
was a good
see
one.
it.
It's like Black Hawk Down in the Notebook right next to each other.
He wasn't in the Notebook,
I didn't
but
say he wasn't it.
but
Just ranking movies.
I don't like the Notebook. But Josh Hartnett in the movie, not only does he make an appearance in Trap as
he's in the faculty
as
too.
the person. In fact, they spoil it in the trailer that he's the bad guy in the trailer.
Yeah.
In Trap, right? But they fill a gap. They fill a gap in his front teeth.
Why?
And then they don't fill it for certain scenes. So there's scenes, it keeps you guessing. Like,
I think you like it.
no, I just noticed it.
You know too much about it not to like
Hair and
it.
makeup,
She
and
liked
that's
too much
the
about it.
first thing I noticed. I was like, why are they filling it and then not filling it for other scenes? And so I think the what is it called? The twist, the bend in the movie perhaps was the
That he
tooth
got
thing.
a gap in his teeth.
Yeah. Does he not?
Well, there was a point where M. Night Shyamalan
Was great.
was great.
Okay.
We were just
What was
recently watching Science.
What was the best movie?
From-
The Village, hands
The
down.
Village?
Hands
Yes,
down.
we like The Village.
Signs.
Sixth Sense is. Oh, what did you say?
I never
Signs?
saw it.
Or Sixth
Signs,
Right,
Sixth
Signs.
Sense.
I
Those were
recently
good.
saw
Those are
Signs.
good. Those are classics.
Sense.
But The Village.
No.
Biggest twist.
That was the biggest twist back in that day. It was Sixth Sense.
The Happening.
What's happening?
I think I wasted time watching
I
that.
think it's happening.
Wait.
Oh, I even like
Something's
Mark
happening.
Wahlberg.
There was a lot of happening.
And
But
they keep bringing it up. That was the dumbest thing. What's happening? What's that? With Mark Wahlberg's
Mark
voice. in.
Wahlberg.
Wait,
And
with
John
Johnny
Leguizamo.
What's
Legs?
just
Yeah,
happening?
Johnny
Yeah,
Legs.
I like
Johnny
Johnny
Legs.
Legs.
I think he dies by lawnmower. I think.
Guys, let's watch The
No,
Village.
it's about
should
plants.
watch
You die by trees.
No, he died by lawnmower.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Johnny
John
Legs.
Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo.
In the happening when it happened.
It happened.
It was like Mother Earth killing people, right? Just want to.
We actually walked out of that movie in the theater, and he had never, ever walked out of a movie up to that point. That was the first movie he ever walked out of.
I think the history is that you've seen.
Well, yeah. When I used to manage movie theaters, I saw like every movie for like 12 years
There you
straight.
go.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was both my great responsibility and my great enjoyment at the same time.
Well, when people walk up to you in a theater and you're a manager or perhaps you work there, you do get that question a lot, right? Like, what did you think of this movie? And you have to answer that.
Yeah.
Would you give honest reviews when you worked there?
Yeah, I would tell them, don't bring your kids to that. Well, we used to have a movie in that was when 3D. Remember, Avatar happened and 3D
Right, yeah.
became all big and stuff. And then they made Piranha 3D. That was like such a bad movie in the sense that it was half naked ladies getting chopped off by piranhas.
Piranhas.
It's like Sharknado.
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen Sharknado, to be honest. But then the worst part is parents will be like, they use a rated R, and parents will come and be like, oh, but my kids tickets to watch it. They're like 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. And I would tell them, this is not appropriate for your kid. I promise you, you're going to walk out of it. And they're like, no, we're not. They see scary movies all the time. And I said to them, I'm not going to give you a refund if you walk out.
Right.
Just because I was mean. And they're like, no, we'll be fine. We had so many families come out and we're like, oh,
Good.
okay, can we watch something else instead?
No.
And I'm like, no.
I warned you.
I told you I wasn't going to give you a refund. Go buy another ticket.
I think the most uncomfortable M. Night Shyamalan movie is Old.
Oh, that was cool. Well, no, until
was
you realize.
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't see Old?
I didn't get a chance to.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
It is uncomfortable.
It- when you realize that they're like, what, 5 years old, but they're in the bodies of
Right.
the 200-year-old people now?
I don't think I watched that, right?
I don't remember. I think you did.
So the 5-year-olds grow up real fast.
I kind of remember the premise, but I don't think I watched
So their
it.
bodies are like 17 and 20 or something like that, and then they get pregnant. And so it's really awkward. You're just like, wait, and it's kind of, it walks you through it. And I was like, that's uncomfortable. That was the most uncomfortable M. Night movie ever. But
don't
as
know.
well as the most inappropriate movie I've ever seen parents take children to is probably 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
I
How was that not no children allowed? Do they do that in theaters? Like no children allowed?
We went to go
Well,
see a movie.
I don't know.
well, that's when you saw it at home.
When they have the NC-17, doesn't that mean they really don't allow?
Yeah,
them?
NC-17 is no
that's very rare
children,
rating.
but they
I
don't
think
get it
I
already.
don't think they get it. NC-17.
No.
We went to go see like a Guardians movie or something like that, like
Oh,
one of the MCU movies, and it was the premiere of that movie. And we remember seeing just all these moms with their kids, and we were like, and I've never read it, but I've heard what it is, and I was like, wow, ooh, that's really uncomfortable. I can't imagine
Or
taking
taking
my
your kid to see The Conjuring.
Oh, that one was, yeah, that was interesting. I've
So-
always seen kids in
Did you
the.
guys? So we mentioned your first movie walkout. Have you guys walked out of a movie that you didn't enjoy?
House of a Thousand Corpses. That was also 20.
The Rob Zombie one?
I enjoyed
Yes.
it. It was like a Rob Zombie music video. It was great.
I couldn't understand anything. All there was like what I thought was demon music, and I didn't. I mean, obviously,
Rob Zombie music video.
It is a Rob Zombie music video, and I just went along with the people that I was with. I was just like, okay, in my late teens, early 20s,
It also had Rainn Wilson in it.
and I within 5 minutes was like,
Dwight from
can't
The
do
Office.
this. Yeah. And I'm a horror fan, or I was.
Well,
Big horror
the
fan.
worst TV show ever, The Office.
You know, say The Office. I knew you were going to say The
No.
Office.
Trash,
I knew
man.
you were
I
going to
disagree.
try. I knew you were going to try.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
No.
I cannot enjoy it watching it with him, but I have watched it with people who enjoy it. It's very enjoyable.
Well,
so
with dumb
I don't
people.
know. Yeah.
You're saying some bold things to some Office lovers, but I will state that
Okay.
he watched the whole series 5 times before I could laugh at one episode.
You watch the whole series 5 times before you can watch one episode. It's called You Have Too Much Time in Your
Well, she
Hands,
could laugh
lady.
at an episode. Do
Before
you
you
just
could
have
Pavloved.
just
I was
rewatch
Pavloved.
though?
Yeah.
We have a rewatch per my request. He's so over it, but we
Which
still
one?
rewatch.
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Okay,
Oh
so
my
this is Fraggle
goodness.
Rock. It's
Oh, I
Fraggle
would.
Rock. Yeah.
No, Fraggle Rock is good.
He would tolerate that better right now.
Yeah, Seinfeld is like, oh my goodness, just
We make our rounds. So it's like The Office, Bones, House.
House is my favorite.
And
I'll
those
try
are kinda
watching
the three
House. I
that we
couldn't
do.
stand it.
You
Oh,
know,
and I'll do Parks and Rec. She doesn't like it.
my
but I'll do
third
Parks and Rec.
time through House, like I watched it years and years ago, then I watched it like 5 years ago, and then I watched it again like this past year, and I was like,
Yep.
oh man, I don't really like it anymore. But Hugh Laurie did a great job 10 years ago when I was a little younger, maybe a little dumber. Is that a word?
That's the key.
Younger and Dumber.
Younger and dumber.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
I can think of anything worse than House.
The Office. You don't like The Office?
The Office. The Office that gets my cranks going. I don't like it.
He tried to like it.
I tried to. I gave it an honest college try. I'm like, I'm gonna give it 2
College.
weeks.
You should
Nope.
try Parks and Rec.
I think I
we
would
enjoy
like.
that whenever
You
it's
know,
That was hilarious.
you know
That
which
was
one I
funny.
thought was hilarious. You probably won't like it because you're not funny.
It's true.
Community.
Oh.
You see what I said? You see what I mean?
Oh no.
Community to me was funny, especially with what's the name of the Indian? no, He's not Indian.
The brown guy.
The brown guy.
No, I mean there's the rapper guy. What's his name
Oh,
from
it's
Atlanta?
Donald Glover.
Donnie Glover, and then the other guy. They're like.
He's Indian.
I think he's Indian. I don't know if he's Indian.
Well,
Is
Donald
Donald-
Glover's not Indian, but
No, the other
I
guy.
remember what
And they have some really funny interactions,
Yeah.
and I thought it was kind of funny.
Is Donald Glover the something America? That one?
yeah, he's
That-
childish.
Yeah.
He's childish Gambino.
That guy. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But yeah, no, I couldn't get into Community.
Shame
Didn't
on
like
you.
it. But I'll say that
I'll
at
be
this
praying
table,
for you.
we can agree that Bones was actually pretty good
Bones was good until he got dumb.
until it got done.
For the no joke, for the first 2.5 or 3 seasons, I knew who the killer was.
What?
You know why? Because they
There's a
had a
recipe.
very predictable
Yeah.
pattern.
What
Yes.
about Palant?
I don't think he ever got there.
No, I didn't see the whole Bones.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, that's how the whole
just said
Bones.
He's not a quitter.
Palant was like the best ultimate bad guy there was.
Wait, which one was Palant?
Palant was the guy that was a genius who was kind of like at first he had an ankle monitor and
But he
he
tricked the
could-
ankle
but
monitor.
then like they'd scan the bones and it like uploaded a computer virus.
Wasn't he the assistant?
no.
that was Zach.
Don't give it away. Stop.
These shows are like 20 years old.
Did I
It's
start
true.
watching this show like this with you like seasons in?
Maybe.
Probably.
I like Bones, but it was because we had a friend who like you could talk about an episode and he could tell you the season and the episode name.
Yes.
Tell you everything about it.
Yes.
And so we had to
He
get
was
into
a bone savant.
Yes.
yeah, Bones
Yeah,
Savant.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
If you ever want to talk about Fraggle Rock, I'm here for you.
Thank you, Catherine.
Fraggle Rock it was good, man.
Oh.
I like Fraggle Rock.
I remember watching that growing up and I loved it, but I couldn't tell you much about it now. I'm gonna
Shame
have to
on
bring
you.
out some VHS tapes.
We have it on DVDs. We'll lend them to you.
We do.
All right.
All right. Well, Matt, close us out. Somebody needs to hear about Jesus, so tell them.
Jesus saves.
Are you looking at me? Hold on to the camera.
And then I looked to the camera. I don't know. What do you want me to say? I'm clueless right now. You put me on the spot. Now I go blank.
You're always on the spot.
I know.
You love the spotlight.
No, I don't.
Are you gonna let a woman do it?
No, you could do it.
I did it like 10 times already.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, this is to the guy or the person who turned on this, but like, what is this knucklehead's talking about?
Yeah.
That's under my
Wait,
that's
wait.
under my mouth.
How do we go
Maybe
from
somebody who hates the office.
how do we go from like hating The Office to
Okay.
watching scary movies and dumb movies and Jesus and all of this? How does it all make sense?
Well, it all makes sense because no matter what's going on in this world, whether it be entertainment, no matter how dark this world gets, Jesus is the way and he's the only way. So if you're listening to this podcast or you watch it or hear it, wherever you get to, just want to know that Jesus loves you and he's always there. His hand will always be there for you. It's just your choice. You have to take it. And sometimes it's a hard decision and you have to just make those hard decisions. But Jesus is the way and he's the only way. Says that in the Bible and that's what we believe. So if you're hearing this, Jesus is the way. Oh, should I go deeper?
What if you don't believe in the Bible? I'm just kidding.
Okay, well,
You
No,
have
I'm
your
messing with you.
problems.
I'm messing
all
with
right.
you.
Well, let's take this to the. No, I'm joking. That's probably another episode. We'll have to do that.
Well, thank you for joining us. I think.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more interesting discussions. If you anything topics you want us to talk about, as you can see, is kind of a pretty open conversation
From do bats have nipples?
to ministry things.
They do. What do you mean if they have the?
No,
no,
I'm saying from
From Batman, not bats.
Okay.
But Batman.
What is?
Oh,
In,
people should chime in on their best and worst Batman.
I love that.
Yeah.
forget that. Why do you like The Office?
Why do
Can
like
you be
Community?
saved and like The Office? Is that real
Oh,
Well,
question?
yes.
There's a Sproul, RC Sproul, whole, what's it called? There's a, oh man,
Like
sermon on that.
commentary?
Yeah, there's a sermon on that.
On The Office?
Sure.
The Office. Okay.
I thought he died a long time ago.
No, he
was
just died in like
alive.
2019.
No, I mean, he
or
passed away.
2018.
Okay.
But not
Fine.
that
My
long
wife's
ago.
telling me that you can be saved and like The Office.
There you go.
It's grace. I just don't understand you people. Anyways, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. I don't know where you're going to find this. You'll find it somewhere.
Yeah.
Leave a comment why you like The Office. And by the way, you know you're wrong. Just to let you know. Change my mind. That's all, folks.
All right. Good
Night.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to Notapulpit Podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes. If any questions, please feel free to comment or reach out to us at notapulpit@gmail.com. Once again, thank you and God bless.